Okay, what else? What'd you spend your money on? Coffee. Starbucks or, oh, okay. Because you know they got that other spot now, Seven Brew. They was like, yeah, everywhere we see a Starbucks, we going to find a Seven Brew. And now you going to get to choose on whichever line is the shortest. All right, so we spent a lot on coffee. That's real good awareness right there. What else? Indulgences, explain.
I categorize that just like whenever I wanted to buy clothes, buy on Amazon, just a little food that I wanted that I didn't cook.
Right, I got some money, I'm going to spend it. Yeah. I got you. Indulgences, that's good. All right, anybody else on this side? Because this side of the room they are open and honest. What about this side? How we do?
I spend a lot on my students.
Oh, on the students. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Subscriptions. Oh, yeah. That's good. Yes, ma'am.
Friends and family.
Friends and family. Ooh.
Got a lot of them.
That's a good time. Did you all get a chance to do your What I Spend worksheet?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, I don't like the faces. Okay, what else? What else do we do? We're going to go back to the what I spend because that's going to be really important. We're going to go through that and talk about your different parts. Did you do your W-4? We got that? Okay, so we on track for tonight. Good. What about your bank account audit? Really, I just wanted to get to that real quick. How did we do? It's real colorful with them pets. I got it. What else? Colorful. Food. How many of you spend most of your money on food? Stand up. Stand up. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's find a good affirmation we're going to work on. Y'all want to help me with the affirmation to work on this? No. Stay standing. We're going to do it together. I'm thinking real hard right now. But the reason I want you to stay standing. No. Feel what you feel. It's good, right? The reason I say that is because 90% of our wealth goes to food. So let's go to a different direction. Because if we spend all our money on food, that means we're not going to build the wealth that we can build. Yes? So those of you who are standing, let's say this together. I am not my food. I am wealthy. I am wealthy. And I am not my food. Have a seat. Now, the reason we say that, now you like, Candace, that sounds real weird, right? It's really not. The reality behind spending the money on the food says that if I'm spending money on food, that means I got a lost opportunity cost and I can't actually be investing because I ate away my wealth. It actually makes a lot of sense. If they heard it, Miss Gloria, I'm going to say it again because they missed it. When they were sitting down, they was grumbling because they was upset that I made them say something like that. If I'm eating away my wealth, that means I'm spending the money that I could be actually investing for my future, which means I won't be able to have the funds in the future that I really want because I'm eating away my wealth. Very, very important. All right. Everybody do me a favor. Say, hey, Arvest. Hey, Arvest. They are in the house tonight. Give them a hand, please. What else? What else did you spend your money on? We're going to spend a few minutes here, so don't get shy. Yes, ma'am.
Short testimony. Because of Candace, I am down 60 pounds.
Ooh, come on. That ain't because of me, girl. You've been doing some stuff.
I stop at the gas station and I left every night.
That's good. That's it. Congratulations. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. That's called additional life, too. That's extension of life. That's beautiful. What else?
Grocery store.
Grocery store. That's what we spend our money on. Ooh. Afterpay. Thank you so much. Oh, where's my pen? Got it. So whenever we do the class, I learn too. And then when I get stuff, I'll be like, ooh, I'm going to add that to the next class. You just helped me. Thank you. Afterpay. Anybody know something about Afterpay? No? Okay. Let's talk about what that is. So what happens, let's say you buy something on PayPal. PayPal has it, right? Amazon. All right. And they say, what's that? Walmart, Shein, any of the sites now they have the option to where instead of paying the $100 right now, you can pay it later. You can get your item and do Afterpay. So almost like getting credit, right, without a real hard pull, and then they just pull it a little bit out of your pocket every single month, like that. Yeah, like, oh, you could do 4 payments of $39.95 instead of paying $100 today or whatever, right? That's Afterpay. Airline, yes, ma'am. That's a big deal. Anything else? Yes. Gas. Anybody got gas on the list? Yeah. A lot of gas? Okay. Interesting. Did you complete the sheet, though? How many of you didn't get a chance to complete it all? It's okay. We just need to know. Okay, got a few. All right, no problem. Especially if it's your first class. So the What I Spend worksheet is going to be extremely essential because next week when we do the debt plan, that's going to go directly into your debt plan. So you actually get an extra week with it if you have not completed it fully. All right, any comments on the activities? Any comments, like how you feel? You want to comment? I will. Give me one moment. Can I get a mic for her? Because I don't want to repeat what was said. And before I finish, before you go, I'm going to say this. Did y'all do your POD at the bank? No, I didn't. Did you get a chance to? Got a chance to? You did your POD, you raise your hand. Raise them high. POD. POD means paid on debt at the bank. Got a chance to do it. Okay. I only got 2% of the class. Y'all, let me tell you.
What I learned about the PODM, so I took my mom with me. So if you have a power of attorney on file, if you have a power of attorney on file, you cannot have a POD at the same time.
That's good.
So I did learn that, but I got set up and my mom got set up.
Good.
And I'm a power of attorney on another relative. And that's what I was trying to get his set up. And that's when the bank said you can't have both. So you do one or the other. But it's weird, but you can't have both.
That's real weird.
Well, that's
all
what
banks
Simmons
are not
Bank
the same.
said.
Okay, all
That's what
banks are not
Simmons
the same.
Bank said.
Yeah, because I got the bankers, they was like, they gave me that look, like, just depends. Okay, but it's good that you did it. That's perfect. Someone else, POD, got them. I'm going to tell you something I learned. Oh, yeah, go ahead.
What's the age that you can set up that?
So the POD is going to be, I believe, 18 or older. I'm gonna say 18 or older because they have to be in position. No, I take that back. If they're not 18, it's still going to go into like an estate because they can't take over the money if they're not of age. Does that make sense? It can go to them, but it may be a timeline before it can go to them. That means you need some trust stuff set up.
Right. It might go to a guardian.
Guardian instead of that actual person. Yep. No worries. We got a whole night over estate planning. But PODs was your first step because if nobody's there, that means it goes immediately to probate, which is hanging out for somebody to come take your money. Okay? All right. Anything else on POD? Another thing. So actually, a lady told me, she said, Candace, on my business bank account, I can't have a POD. It should be in my operating agreement. So in your operating agreement, it should be listed on your business accounts. What should happen next if something happens to you should be listed in the actual operating agreement of your company. And that is given to the bank normally when you open your bank account. And if that is updated, you should send that to the bank. We got it? All right. Anything else on POD?
I learned that there wasn't a limit on how many you can, well, Bank of America said there wasn't no limit on how many you can add.
So there's no limit on how many people can be put on your POD. That's good. You can it's the percentages, up to 100%, and then it's a secondary, and that's up to 100%, right? So however you want to split it, that's what it is. All right? Did you do your white binder? Pages 3 through 5? All right, few little faces, but that's all right. We're going to get to it. We got time. The first, 10 pages is really just about you. Okay. All right, that's good. Now, we had comments on the assignments, how you felt about it. If you'd like to speak, can you just stand up for me so we can make sure to get the mic to you? I need more than one. If you want to comment on how you felt, your experience of doing your assignment, what the thought process.
Good evening, Miss Candace.
How you doing?
So, if I may be honest, when I tallied up what I spent this week, it was sad. It was, it's a positive in it that I can see what I'm doing, but the negative is that I'm spending too much on unnecessary things. When I did the bank audit, at first I didn't want to do it. I did not want to see the dysfunction.
It's all right.
And all the spending in a month's time, over food, subscriptions. I didn't realize I was paying that much for unnecessary subscriptions. I took this training about 5 years ago, and I lost the thought training process of it. It has truly been an awakening for me again. So
That's good. That is good. Give her a hand.
hopefully it will.
Can I buy you lunch? Or really, can Arvest buy you lunch? I just want to give it to you. That's really open. Listen, let them spend some money on you. It's sweet. That's wonderful. The reason I gave her that is because I think it's essential. Whenever you're going through the process, there's a sense of sometimes an anxiety around money. And her saying, I didn't want to do it because really I didn't want to see myself, but I moved forward and did it anyway. That's a big deal. And then I'm going to stand up and tell y'all about it. That's a big deal. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Candace, sometimes you don't realize how much you are spending until you start tracking.
That's right. That's right. That's good. So this is exciting. Anyone else? Yes. My coffee lady.
I have an addiction to Starbucks.
The first step is to recognize.
Yes.
That's great.
I would have to say when I was doing this experience, my heart rate went to about 114. My watch told me that. When I took the test, I was a worrier and an avoider.
Wow.
So I really got to see the anxiety that I get. But at the same time, I'm super excited to be aware and get educated.
That's
so
beautiful.
I appreciate this class.
Good job. And I'm going to say the Lord said this was for you because I didn't accidentally, I'm just going to give you just a little bit of courtesy. Just for you, Starbucks. Let somebody else buy your Starbucks this week, okay? Now I'm out. Don't think you're going to talk because I'm going to give you some. I'm just kidding. We're going to work it out. I think that's beautiful. Congratulations. And honestly, because it was Starbucks, I had to give it to her. I had to give it to her. All right, let's keep going because we have a whole lot of information to cover in a I feel like a short period of time. If you didn't get a chance to do everything, it's okay. That's the biggest piece. The other piece of it is that start where you are. Don't beat yourself up. It's okay. And then if you need additional assistance, next week we'll be here early, right? We'll be here early. So if you want additional assistance, come early. 5:15. I'm going to do my best to be here at 5, but 5:15. Ooh. You know what? I can't commit to next week because that's not me. That's Marcus. But I know they'll be here early, so you should come early. And Deacon Thomas, he can be here, but I can't commit him, so he can tell y'all later, okay? I'll be coming in from out of town, so I don't know if I'll make it to class. But come early, get your assistance. We're all here to help. If it's you coming early to do your assignment, we had some good experience with that. She was like, ooh, I can't talk to you right now because I'm trying to finish my assignment. That is okay. Just do something and get your process started. Sounds good? All right. The quote for the day is, watch the little things. A small leak can sink a great ship. You agree with that? Yeah. So the little things and what we're going to talk about today relates to your cash flow. Anybody know what cash flow is? It's a good time if you got your notes. Pull your notes out, a notebook, no piece of paper or something. We're going to talk about a lot of different things for you to be able to kind of follow along. The binders don't have notes in them. We'll add those next time. So do anybody have some extra paper? Anybody need some paper? A couple pieces of paper? Okay. Can we get some help? Students, can we help each other? I don't have no paper. Okay, great. See? Teamwork make the dream work. That is it. Thank y'all. I'm going to do a mental note. Let's see. No, I'm not going to do a mental note. I'm going to write it down. Afterpay and notes section. Got it. We get better every time. That's how we get better. Just like that. Okay. Everybody got something to write with? All right. What is cash flow? That was a question for you. Let's do it. Okay, you can't talk to me right now. Hold on. They didn't hear you yet. But you were right. Okay? Okay, that's good. She said cash flow is the money you receive from businesses, from your job. That's what she said. Okay. Anybody else? What's cash flow? This is really good. All right. She got it too. Okay. Cash flow. Y'all looked at me like that. Like, what is that? You know what I'm saying? What you talking about? I like to have a good time. Laugh with me. Let's have a good time. I like Cat. He's something else, but that's his face, and that's the face y'all gave me when I asked her what was cash flow. So let's kind of get it. You don't have to pull your hair out or none of that stuff. Let's just kind of get it simple. It's the money you have left over after your expenses. So if you got a formula, it's income minus expenses equals cash flow. You got it perfectly. You did good, right? Your income minus expenses equals cash flow. I know you're writing it down, and then we're going to say it together. Income minus expenses equals cash flow. Y'all ready? One time together. Income minus expenses equals cash flow. So if I was to ask you, don't answer this out loud, based on your what I spend worksheet, what is your cash flow? There's a negative number or a positive number. You're either in what we call it, either you're in the black or you're in the red. You should know based on your worksheet. If you hadn't done it yet, it's okay. But your cash flow is how much money do I got left? If it's hard to track, then that means we got to get some clarity, got to get some things aligned. All right? Your cash flow will likely be negative or low if you spend a lot on stuff. And it really just means you have a lot of extra money because you're spending it on stuff. You got to think about it. But is it in the right direction? The goal is to give your money direction. Not that you can't buy stuff, but where is the direction of your money going? So when we look at your cash flow and you ask yourself, what's that question? Can you write your number down? Good. What's your name? Janetta? Annette. I was trying to read from far. Miss Annette said, yeah, I can write my number down. Can you write your number down? Yes or no? The yeses say yes loud, and no's is like, I ain't sure. It's okay. It's okay. The purpose of the class is not to be beat up about it. The purpose of the class is so we can move in the next direction to say, we got the next step. Let's go ahead and figure this part out. All right? So from that perspective, when you looked at them receipts this week, this is how you look. Or at your list. Right? It's like, golly, what happened? And then some people, you just don't have no idea, and it's okay. It's life. I said it was okay because you can do anything but stay the same. Y'all agree with that? I'm going to say it again because somebody might have missed it. You can do anything but stay the same. Because when you come to class, there's this anomaly or this thought process that's like, oh, my God, I just didn't know. But now, when you know better, y'all got it. You do better. So we're going to do better together. Let's do it. So you got to take a look in the mirror. Did everybody look in the mirror when they looked at them numbers? Anybody want to tell me how much money they spent last week? Y'all laughed at me. No, you don't have to include your bills. You spent $1,500 last week? Ooh, you got a big family? You got a big family. He got a big family. $1,500? That's a lot. All right, anybody else? How much money you spent last week?
$24.19. I'm retired, so I'm sitting at home every day most.
God.
I had a doctor's appointment. I bought me a Subway.
Can you give, man, I can't repeat that. That was beautiful. You got to say that to the mic. Can you say it to the mic for me? It's okay. You don't have to stand.
I spent $24.19. And the reason why I spent that amount is because I had a doctor's appointment that Monday. I stopped by Subway and got me senior citizens discount footlong,
Yeah.
$13.13. Then on Tuesday there's a special. You can get a 8-piece dark for $11.06.
My girl, I like it.
So I got that. So I spent $24.19. I didn't buy anything else.
That's beautiful. Give her a hand. She said she retired. You're a saver. Okay, so that makes sense. She said she's retired. I'm sitting at home, not doing a whole lot. But some people sitting at home not doing a whole lot, and they spend it on Amazon and TikTok and whatever they see. That's the thing. So that's wonderful. Congratulations. How much money you spend this week? I'm looking at everybody. $330. $1,500. $24. $422. Anybody else? It's great.
$700 with my tithes.
All right, so we included. Okay, that's cool. $700 with my tithes. That's good. Okay, we're going. Well, that's good. That's good. Anybody else? I'm just want to be open. $216. Not bad. Okay, it's interesting. Do you recognize that as you track your spending, you modify a little bit? Or did you just kind of be free? You modify? There's a consciousness. I encourage you to continue to track your spending because there's a money consciousness that's created when you track your spending that allows for you to be more just conscious. Like you think about it more. That's all it is. It's just consciousness. Okay? Let's do it. That's your mirror look. Listen, can't nobody look in that mirror but you. It's you, baby. That's what my grandma say. Meet Tim. Some of y'all might be like Tim with the amount of money you spent, and that's okay. But Tim said, I'm going to breakfast every morning. I'm going to buy $5 at breakfast. I don't know where he getting lunch at for $12, but he getting it. He need a snack from the vending machine, and he's spending about, the snack, think about it. Some chips is $2 these days, and a soda is another right at $3. You had $5, and he better not get no candy.
My snacks come from Sam's Club.
He need a modification, right? Okay, that's $25 a day. Now, you may say, I wouldn't spend $8 on snacks, but I spent the other $8, it was on the lunch, because I spent $20 at lunch instead of $12. The concept is still the same. The money is spent. It's $25 a day, and he hadn't eaten in the evening yet or on the weekend. On the weekend you spend a little more, right, normally. But if you do that 5 days a week, how much money is that? It's $500 a month. Wow. And I hadn't spent money. He ain't spent money on grocery yet. The small leaks can sink a great ship. When we start thinking about it, it's like, oh, man, I said I ain't have no money, but I really do. Okay, let's keep going. What are some things we can do to help ourselves to find more cash flow? Now, this is going to be the time I'm going to give a whole lot of list of things, and then we'll come back together, and you'll say, well, Candace, we should do this, and you'll give me some feedback. Is that okay? Meal prep. How many of you meal prep? Yeah. Okay, that's good. What y'all cooked this week? Chicken thighs. Some butter beans.
Speckled butter bean. Speckled butter bean.
Speckled, but I don't even know what that is, man. That's
Specific.
real good, man. I know them butter beans, though. I ain't never known to be speckled. They got like a dot in them. That's real good. I bet they taste good, too. That's good. What else? Meal prep. Soup. It's the season. Yeah, I'm your soup girl.
Casserole.
Nice. That's good. Meal prep helps. We agree? Now, I had one person in class one time say, well, Candace, I don't eat leftovers. It's the best after the second or third day. The seasons get in there, Oh, okay. Don't worry about it. Y'all had money y'all whole life. Y'all know nothing. Okay, don't worry about it. I'm eating leftovers, okay? I'm going to tell you, me and Mr. Thomas got a little secret. I can't wait to tell you about it. I'll tell you later. What about eating out? If we cut that down a little bit. So if you eat out right now 4 days a week, could we cut it to start out at 3? That's the thing, right? Y'all wrote that down? All right, we're going to commit. How many times you eat out a week? 5. 2 days. 2 to 3. We are not going there. So when you go out to eat, I cannot tell you what to drink. All right? But I need that water. And then me and Miss Thomas got this thing. We got that. All right, let me tell you about it. Y'all ready? Man, it was actually a simple meal that day. I was a cheap date. I was like, yeah, let's go to Chili's real quick, right? Me and Mr. Thomas was in there, and he had this, we sat down, I was like, yeah, we want water. Great, right? We financially, All right. Man, he pulled out this this little bottle, and it was like no, it wasn't Crystal Light, it was fancy. It was fancy, though. It was like a toffee something. He had to tell you what it's called. Yeah. He was like, it's healthy too, Candace. So he was like, try it. It's like, and it's clear like water. So, in Crystal Light, it turned its color, so now you look kind of ghetto. You know what I'm saying? So y'all act like y'all ain't never done it before. All right. It's cool. I'm going to talk to this side of the room because they real, So listen, though. He was like, just try. It's okay. He's my mentor. I listen to him. He got that toffee stuff, and he said, shh. And we stirred, and it was clear like water. Boy, it was so good. I'm in tears, y'all. I promise I'm not playing. It's so funny, because when you think about somebody who, he do well in life, he ain't hurt for no money. So it wasn't like, yeah, give me a Sprite or lemonade. It was like, nah, give me that water so I can You know what I'm saying? I love you, Dick Thomas. But it's serious. And what's so amazing about it is that it tastes good. And when they gave me that refill, I was like, hey, can I get a little bit? Let me get that. So when you do eat out, make sure you get that shuk. Put it in your purse, his little, because he a man, he ain't had no purse. He had his little briefcase. Yes, it's in the front pocket. Let me get that. I love y'all, man. Listen though, I'm for real. Water with some and get you some. And make sure it's clear. And now don't nobody even know. The waiter just like, yeah, let me get you a refill. Yeah, it's great. Anybody got cable still? I just cut it off. Good. Right. So normally, if you don't want to say you had cable and you have it, normally you watch one or two channels all the time. And so what we encourage is to get one subscription that has the channels that you watch and cut the cable off. If there is a contract that you may be in, because that's possible, just make sure you negotiate very well. You can tell them, hey, I'm looking at switching services. What kind of discounts do you have? Because I'm getting ready to leave. They also have a way that you can suspend your services instead of cutting them off, and it'll reduce your price down under the suspension of those services during your contract time. So just make sure you're mentioning those things if you have cable, all right? Many of you don't seem like you do, so we don't have to stay there, but just in case you do. It's important, if you need to, cut the cable, all right? Whew, this is the big one. Subscriptions. How many of you got? Hulu, Netflix, Peacock, Disney Plus. What'd you say? Milo. You said Milo? Philo. My God. Amazon Prime. Yeah, that's good. Audible. YouTube. Walmart Plus. Now listen, let me tell you about that Walmart Plus. Me and my friends are real friends because they buy the Walmart Plus. Let me get that login. Don't tell nobody else, okay? We real friends. And when I send it, I add my address on there. We good. Now, if it sends you a text, just let me know. You know what I'm saying? We good. Now, she has the Walmart Plus, right? I may got the Netflix. And then now, Netflix got smart. Like, you at a different household. I'm like, oh, okay. They got a little smart, but we got them for a long time. Because we wasn't like taking nothing that wasn't ours. It's my account. She just using it today, and I'm going to use it tomorrow. That's how. Subscriptions, yes.
Walmart Plus, because I have Amazon Prime, they gave me 6 months free of Walmart Plus.
Repeat that.
Since I have Amazon Prime, they gave me 6 months free of Walmart Plus. And I was paying $11 and something for Paramount. But you get Paramount free with Walmart Plus.
That's real good.
So now for $1, so in 6 months, if I choose to keep Walmart Plus for $1 and something more, I can still have Paramount.
That's good. They in connection. Y'all get that? That's good. We got one right here. What you got? Hold on.
I have the Amazon Prime, and if you have Amazon Prime, then you get free delivery for Grubhub.
I didn't know that. That's really good.
And it's like free. It's not free for 6 months or free for a year. It's just free.
Grubhub, and that's with Prime. Because I got Prime. I ain't know. Hold on. This is not the time, but we going in today.
We here. It's almost, we going to spill all the tips, right?
Yeah, let's do it.
So another thing that I found out over the weekend actually was that if you have a Prime account, any kind of original films that are going to the movies from like the Amazon Roundup, you can actually go to like this website that's linked to them, and you can get 2 tickets for free. And it comes with snacks. So yeah, so FYI, go check your Amazon Prime account.
That's really good. Oh, y'all got all the tips. we got a couple more.
I know this guy named Pookie. He can give you this link. Okay.
I was just gonna say I had actually gone back through my subscriptions. It's been maybe a year or so ago, because I was wanting to get a new vehicle, so I was like, okay, what can I cut?
Right.
And I didn't realize how many subscriptions I had, so I cut the majority of them. and found all kinds of money for a car payment. But this week, I realized at some point, I didn't realize it, I redid some of my subscriptions. And I was like, I didn't even realize I was paying for that.
And I'm not even using them.
That part. So it just, and it wasn't a lot, but it's just, I didn't realize I had done the subscription again. So
Right.
it was eye-opening for me.
That's good. That's good. Let me tell you a secret. You ready? I learned this from Deacon Thomas, too. Like, he didn't tell me to say it like this, but I'm going to say it because I'm me. But I got it from him. Y'all ready? If you want to cut your subscriptions, I just lost my card. You know what I'm saying? I don't know where it's at because that's the only way to get it free from the bank. Y'all catch it? I lost my card. It's somebody stole it. I don't know where it's at. And I just want to make sure that don't nobody swipe it because I can't find it. Cut it, throw it in your shred box or something, right? And get a new card. Then all the subscriptions will bounce.
That's crazy.
That's good. See, y'all, it went over your head at first. Let me come back. All the subscriptions will bounce. And if they bounce, guess what? You got it. You got it.
That happened with me. I had this one subscription. Well, actually, it wasn't supposed to be a subscription. It was supposed to be for free. But they ended up charging it to my card. And I couldn't get them not to. I said, okay, I got a deal for you. I called the bank. And I said, I told them to cancel this. They said, okay, fine, we got you. We're going to give you a new card.
That's good.
So when they try to charge it to you, it won't go through.
That's right. That's it. So but remember, you can't do, if you do a stop payment, y'all got to let me get through my stuff. Hold on 1 second, I promise. Just let me I got you, 1 second. Because I'm going to be behind in 1 minute. I just check the time. Listen to me. If you don't, and if you tell the bank that I just want to do this because the people said it at the thing, they probably going to charge you for the card. I need you to be smart and can't find it, okay? Lost and found. I lost it and I can't find it. All right, we got it? You picking it up, got it. Now, the next thing, though, is that when I go to Netflix and I try to log in, it's going to say, you didn't pay. Well, that means I'm only going to resubscribe to what I use. And all the things I'm not using, I go. We got it? Yeah, okay. Yes, ma'am.
I just always tell the bank, they never charge me. Someone has gotten a hold of my account, my card that I don't want to have, and they never charge me.
Either way.
Because I don't want Amazon, I don't want the subscription to have my card. So I said, someone has gotten a hold of my card. I don't want to never tell me the one I did.
However you want to look at it.
I've never been charged.
I got you. Listen, I need you to just cut it. How about that? And if you're not sure on what's happening, you went through your stuff, just be sure just to do that strategy. And then now, whatever you need, I promise, when you go to it, you'll just have to use your new card. All right. Anybody get their hair done, nails done? Yeah. If you're having a hard time and that number is a little lower than you prefer on your cash flow, cut it. But let me give you a strategy. You got something? Okay, go ahead.
So this was just something else that we found when we were doing the track your spending with the subscriptions. A lot of us oftentimes use our PayPal account to connect to those things. And then we have our bank account and not just our debit card connected to those third parties. So even though you cut off the card, you got to make sure you go back to those third parties and take your bank account off of there. Because if not, it's still going to pull that subscription.
That's great. That's good. If it's connected to the PayPal. PayPal is one of those ones that'll do that to you. All right. Strategy, you ready? If you get your nails done, I no longer get my nails done bi-weekly. I get my nails done every 3 weeks, which is once a month. There's two things that go with that. I can track it because I know exactly around the price point what I'm getting every 3 weeks. It's all right. Let your nails grow out a little bit. Be all right. It's healthy for them. Wonderful. Right? Every 3 weeks instead of bi-weekly, because if I do bi-weekly, I'm spending $150 every 2 weeks. That's $300. But if I go every 3 weeks and make that thing at the top of the week, I'm real good. And I only spent $150 this month. Y'all caught me? All right. ladies, I ain't saying don't get your hair done, but maybe we need to space it out. Get you some braids or something. If we trying to work on the cash flow, you gotta use strategy. Okay? What else was it? Yeah, that works. Every 3 weeks. That's your strategy. All the other things. All of the other things. Wax, nails, hair, toes. What else the other stuff? All the things. There we go. Thank you. I was looking for that. Cosmetics every 3 weeks. We got it, ladies? Gentlemen, it costs $30 to get a haircut now. $40. Oh my God. Woo, that's extreme. You hear me? Yeah, clean that thing up. That's it right there. He got the right idea. All right, a couple of other strategies. Auto insurance, shop around, right? Don't marry your auto carrier. The person, if you know them, they real nice, that's cool. But if you've been with them for a while, you may want to shop around. It's likely that when you shop, you'll get a lower rate, right? Shop around. You don't have to marry the company. If you're looking into it, just a little strategy tip. Get you a Google number and put a different number on there so they won't keep calling your phone all the time if you're shopping, right? Because they gonna call you. Google numbers are free, and, put that on there. Or if you got a Gmail account, Google number comes free with your Gmail account. But if you just want to just put a fake number on there and make sure your email is right, put a fake number on there and put your email on there. And then I can email you the info, but don't keep calling my phone. You're welcome. I got you on the strategy now. Auto insurance, shop around. We're not married to them, right? All right. Home insurance, another one. If you see your home mortgage going up every year, it's likely that your insurance costs changed. Sometimes it's also the escrow amount, which means they didn't put enough in your escrow and you got to kind of either pay a lump sum or it's going to increase your rate. Normally that comes from insurance. Property taxes are a thing. They went up more recently, but they're not as drastic as insurance. All right? We're going to keep going. And online shopping. People like Amazon, right? Yeah, all the things. But we got to work on that. Okay? That's all I'm going to say. Online shopping is a thing. Just monitor yourself. Yes.
Amazon, if you let them deliver it late, they will put books out there for you.
That's right. So they say you want to receive your Amazon on Wednesday instead of on Monday, you get $2 or this. That's real smart. You should that up. You should do that instead. It's just a couple days. We're not that addicted to it. It's fine, right? We can do that.
Next slide.
I know. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing. All I'm saying is that if your cash flow is low, the dog gotta go. Thank you, Tiffany. I'm gonna use that. I appreciate that. I'm not saying get rid of your pets, right? But there are, like, when you start looking that stuff up, man, that stuff expensive. It's like the insurance. They go to the daycare. Daycare costs more than real daycare. I don't understand. It is a lot, and I get it, So if you need to travel and you got to spend $600 for the pet to stay, we just got to figure something else out, right? It's okay if I don't understand. All I'm saying is just be smart with your pet bills, okay? Them some little cute animals. I didn't just do dogs, cats and gerbils and all that stuff.
Hey, Candace.
Yes, sir.
Somebody said next slide.
Next slide. Yes, sir. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Also, your life insurance. We are going to do a session over life insurance, making sure that you have the proper policy, that you understand what you're paying for. Some of us may have bought into some different kind of policies that are not what's best for you. It's good to have something, right? But the important part is to make sure you're not overpaying for it. So we will review your life insurance policies if you'd like us to. That will be in a future class. I think it's class number 4, something like that. But we will do that. Just make sure that you're not overpaying. If you're not sure, right? Because most times you don't know. People just sold you something. Make sure you bring that policy to class so that we can take a look at it, and we'll tell you. We'll tell you. All right? Your thoughts. Now, y'all already shared a whole lot. Yeah? I'm just messing with you. You got some more? Do y'all have more things, something that came up, something we didn't mention? Help each other. That's the point. Other things that can help you find cash flow besides this W-4. We got some right here.
Thank you. When you were talking about hair appointments and nails, I don't do that, but I do like to get a massage.
Okay.
So one thing that you can look at is a lot of times massages are covered under insurance.
That's really good.
Instead of having to pay out of pocket, if that's something you do on a monthly basis or whatever.
That's really good. That's real good. Did y'all hear that? Massages out of your insurance. Look into that. That's really good. Actually, listen. My feet bad, girl. These things be flat. You know, I need that massage.
I learned one more thing.
Yes.
Like she said, your massages and your insurance, it's the same with gym memberships. You get a great discount. I know with Blue Cross Blue Shield you can. So like a lot of stuff, I use my insurance and I save over half in a year's time.
That's good. Reimbursements, HSAs, FSAs. That's really important. That's good. Okay. So what's really did you have a hand? Oh, okay. I thought I saw something. I'm sorry. What's really important is since you brought up the gym, when was the last time you went, and do you still have that membership? I'm not saying, I ain't no shade. That's real. Maybe we just need to go outside and take a walk because I ain't committed to the gym, and let me keep that $50.
Mm-hmm. If you're over 50 years old.
Okay, that's good. Give me that tip.
50 years old, you can go to Patrick Hayes and pay $45 a year.
Hold on, they didn't understand what you said.
If
Say it
you're
again.
over 50 years old, you can go to Patrick Hayes in North Little Rock and pay $45 a year.
That's good.
That's true, but it don't have nothing I need.
He said, I ain't like that. But they did update it though. They've done some updates. He threw shade, bro. Like, okay. That is a good idea. If you're not needing a whole lot, that's wonderful. Definitely use the gym, and Patrick Hayes got a good one. Listen, y'all not finna be in here fighting about the gym, so we gonna keep moving. Any other thoughts? That is actually really good. My mom said she was gonna go. Yes.
You can get with your,
It ain't really on loud, so you just have to talk and they'll cut you up.
you can get, meet up with one of your coworkers and y'all can carpool, save on gas. That's a good idea. Come write that down.
Yeah. It's good.
Now, for the ones that you like.
That's really good. Carpool. I'm glad you said that. So we have this thing at our office. We like everybody at our office, and they're really clean and all the things, right? They ain't got no cats. People like cats. I don't like cats. I'm just hard on y'all with these pets. I'm being funny, but listen. So we do a concept where everyone does one meal a week, and it covers us for the week. Normally on Fridays, we eat out once a week at the office. If we do that, because we started, cooking fish ourselves. We going Fish Friday, we got some fish. We're just going to buy a box of fish and cook. But anyway, so everyone at the office combines. So let's say if it's 5 of us, or you could pick your friends, close friends, and y'all exchange. But everybody cooks one meal. That one meal feeds enough for 5 people. And so if everybody cooks one meal, we just covered each other. It's a different meal. Everybody cooks. It's not a whole lot. And we just covered each other for the week. Now we didn't eat out. We bought one meal for grocery. You spent, $30 to $50, and you got food for the rest of the week, at least for lunch. So just another strategy for you. I need to add it to my PowerPoint, so I'm going to write it down. So we're going to call it food pool. Carpool, we're going to food pool. It's pretty cool, but you got to like your coworkers to do that kind of stuff. And they got to be able to cook. That's the thing. And it doesn't have to be your coworkers. It could just be your friends, like people you know. Friends, family, y'all just maybe link up on Sunday and exchange your food. That's cool. I'm done with y'all. Y'all something else. Yes, ma'am.
This is for people over 50.
Okay, give me 1 second. Yes, ma'am. Give me one second. He gonna get you a mic. There you go. The people online can't hear you if you talk.
50 people over 50.
Okay.
if you have United Healthcare card, they give you $50 that you can spend in Walmart on food or over the counter. And then they give you $50 a month if you exercise 10 times at Planet Fitness. I imagine other gyms take it too.
Right. Well, that's nice. That's good to know.
And that's with what? How you get to your card?
United Health Care, Medicare.
Gotcha. Gotcha. That's really good. Listen, y'all got all the tips and stuff. I like it. Okay, so this is what we're going to do. That's me. All right. Okay. So what we're going to do, we're a little early. I like being a little early because the food today is sponsored by Arvest Bank. Thank you, Arvest. Yeah, there you go. And the company, I told you all last time, we like to fraternize with the people that we know in the community, right? Businesses can be slow. They up and down. That's life, that's business. So we like to make sure we work with those who are local and that we know. So Sweet Papa's is the night's, got some good smoked chicken. Ooh, yeah. So normally we do it a little later on. It's like because if you come to class, it's like ooh, yeah, good job. But because it's smoked chicken, it just take a little while to get you through the line and stuff. And so we wanted to do it early to say thank you for coming to class and being amazing. And the food is good. Lord, let it be good today because I said it ahead of time. I'm just playing. Okay, so Deacon Thomas, will you come pray on us? Pray on us. Yeah, I got tired. Yes, please. Bless the food, Deacon Thomas. And we're going to go ahead and start our process a little early just so we can get back, because this next session, normally there's a ton of questions, and we want to make sure we have plenty of time. We're not rushing. Is that okay? Yes. All right.
All right. Everybody give it up for Candace. Father God, thank you for this food about to receive. The mercy not about to in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. That's a good prayer. Okay. Let's do this real quick because they're still look like they setting up, finishing up. Any other questions at this current time? We okay? W4Ps. I owed it to some people. Yes, ma'am. I didn't forget. Somebody else? Yes, ma'am. If you have a pension, you would have a W4P. If you need to get up and go, you're welcome to do it. Just want to make sure we didn't miss anybody. Yes. Okay. I'm sorry. If you have a pension, you have a W4P. All right. Gotcha. All right. I think. Marcus, are we ready? 1 second. All right. Did everybody fill out their W4? All right. We are going to go ahead and we are going to go through it. You did get a chance to fill it out? Yes. All right. Perfect. Perfect. If you're married, can you raise your hand?
Thank you.
Tell you what it looks like, okay? I told you in the very first class, remember $3.33 a day, right? That's $100 a month, right? Here's an example where I'm going to show you what that looks like. Every $25 a week that you waste, every $100 a month that you waste that could be invested at 10% interest is costing you $75,000 for every 20 years. Did you guys catch that? It's costing you $75,000. That means the $100 you wasted could have been invested at 10% and made you $75,000. So if you're wasting more than $100,000 a month, do that times $75,000. If you're wasting $200 a month, that's $150,000 that you lost the opportunity to invest. See, it's so important in this class that you find your money and repurpose your money. See, sometimes we're just cavalier with how we spend our money. But Candace gave y'all a ton of ideas how to find your money and repurpose it, because some of you guys are wasting $500 a month. And then you say, I don't have enough money to invest. Everybody got that? So $500 a month that you wasted, repurposed, so 5 times 75 is what, about $350,000 to $400,000. So if you're wasting $500 a month, you're wasting $400,000 in future income that could be part of your generational wealth. So this class is about how to hire your money, make it go to work for you. But first, you got to find out where you are. That's why she's going to all this stuff. Find out where you are. Let's go get that money. Let's repurpose it. And now this section right here is absolutely phenomenal. So pay attention and take a lot of notes. Back to you, Candace.
All right. Good job. Mic check. There we go. How's the family? Good. How's the food? Very good. Food's good? Lord, I might have said too much earlier. No, I'm just kidding. The food's okay, Oprah? All right, good. You didn't have to buy dinner tonight. Come on, cash flow. That's it. All right, it's a good time. Everyone have their form. We're going to go ahead and get going so we can be on track. I got this example with Coco. Coco is my lady. She's paying a bill, right? And what happened is that her bill was on auto pay, and the auto pay was automatically coming out, but she forgot. So because she forgot the bill was on auto pay, she kept paying the bill every month, even though it was on auto pay. First question, I mean, it's a big deal, just like if you got subscriptions and don't know we got them, right? So we're paying the money. She calls the electric company and they say, hey, I overpaid you guys. Can I get my money back? Right. They's like, no, y'all right. Let me get that credit and just don't pay the bill for a while and it'll spin itself down, right? Now, it doesn't make any sense, especially the way y'all looked at me and was like, oh, why should do that, right? Doesn't make sense to overpay your electric bill, does it? Done it, but doesn't make sense, right? Well, the way that we look at the electric bill is the same way that we want you to look at your taxes. Many times whenever we look at taxes, we think, oh, it's a big deal. I just don't want to owe. I'd rather get money back. Y'all agree with that? Yeah, I mean, we've been trained that way. Well, the reality is that I really don't want them to give me no money back. I want to break even. Let me send you $100 or $200 check, and I'm on track. Because that meant I controlled my money all year, and I sent you a little bit, which meant you didn't take no more than you were supposed to. The purpose of this conversation tonight with the W-4 is so that we can make sure that you're paying the right amount of taxes. Sometimes the right amount is zero. Sometimes it's a little bit more. But overpaying and getting really large lump sums is not the method. Unless it's credits. That's different than overpaying tax. All right, so we're going to go into it tonight and really make sure we get it. The W-4 is one of the first ways that we find cash flow, because if you're getting a refund every year, you want to make sure you're not overpaying and letting them take your money. Let's talk about what a refund is. Anybody know what a refund is? Yeah, you got it. The money you overpaid. You said what? Somebody said something else. Refund, the money you get back during tax season, but what is it? Re means again, and fund means money. The government just giving you money back to you. It's your money. So if I could keep my money all year long, could not pay my debt off, could not invest, because what the government does with your money when they hold it all year is they go make more money. Off of whose money? My money. So the objective is to get a low refund. Send them a check. Like, I want to send you a check. Wonderful. $100, $200, we good. But that's a mentality shift that doesn't happen just because I said it in class. You got to see it, and that's what we're going to do in this class right now. Y'all ready? Disclaimer. St. Mark and Arvest Bank does not guarantee that you're going to get an increase in your paycheck by adjusting your W-4. I just want to be real clear. Let me talk into this camera right here. Hello. Results may vary on each individual, case by case. I got to say this, y'all. And see a qualified tax professional. If you got somebody, great. If not, let me reevaluate your stuff. I'm not trying to take you from who you use. Use them. That's wonderful. But at least make sure it's right. So bring your returns if we need to take a look at them to see how you're doing, because sometimes you may not understand how it's working. Does that make sense? All right. And then I go, my guy. Some of y'all, when I said the W-4 last week, you was like, W-4? What is that? You know? It's kind of funny. So the concept of the W-4 is simple. They're going to take money out your check, but you got to tell them how much to take. The piece of that is that the form actually tells you exactly what it is. Somebody got a form? Want to read that purpose for me? Or if you're close enough, you want to read it out loud? I got a little time today. We got a mic. She's going to read it at the front right here. Where's my girl? It's all right. You can't see that? Yeah, just use that. Hold on, they can't hear you. There you go.
Purpose of the form: complete Form W-4 so that your employer can withhold the correct federal income tax from your pay. If too little is withheld, you will generally owe tax when you file your tax return and may owe a penalty. If too much is withheld, you will generally be due a refund.
You can stop there. That's good. Thank you. So if you pay too much, thank you so much. You pay too much, they're going to give you the money back, refund, right? If you pay too little, you're going to owe. You're going to send something in. We really don't want to pay too little to either, though. Remember, it's the break even. If you're underpaying tax, that means something's wrong with your form. That's why we're going to fix it today. All right? Underpaying tax means I owe more than $1,200. It's likely you're underpaying tax. That's a little bit too much, right? So something's going on that you need to shift into your tax plan. Everybody heard that? Tax plan. Tax planning is a strategy or a way for you to look at taxes before tax season comes. Very important, because taxes is the number one expense in your life. Many of us think it's food because we talk about it so much, but it's not. It's taxes. And if you don't know how to control them, they'll eat away your wealth as well. Tax plan. You are responsible for your W-4. Who? You. Me. Yes. It should be updated or reviewed every year. I had a lady work for the Memphis Fire Department. Said she got married, had kids, all the things. She worked at the fire department for 25 years and never changed her form. Never. She was like, well, I wasn't thinking about that. What was the reason for me to come back and look at it? I'm just living. I work. I get my check. She was overpaying taxes every year. Crazy. She got a $500 increase in her paycheck when she adjusted her form because she was overpaying. From single, getting out of college, high school, going, having kids, getting married, that's a big difference. That form should have been updated every year. When life changes, marriage, if you're filing together, that's important. Divorce, kids aging out. Ooh, big deal. We're going to talk about all of that today. Why is the W-4 form incorrect? It's incorrect most of the times because we're not looking at it. And then most people are using the old form, which means you got a 1, 2, 3, or 4 on there on your federal form. That's old. But also we're mixing up the fact that there's allowances, that we think there's allowances, but now they put your credits on the form. Why they made it complicated, I can't take that class. But the credits are there. So when we go through it, I'll show you what it means in just a moment. It'd be easier for me to just show it to you. People who are married and they file jointly normally owe taxes a lot of times, or they get super big refunds a lot of times. But let me show you why. We're going to go through both examples today. But if you're married, remember that you split the number, or the person making the most money should have the number on the form. If you do not file taxes together, then the W-4 should be filled out separately, and any of the documents that you fill out should also say separate on the form. This is a big deal. Had a client, they said, we're not filing taxes together no more, blah, blah, blah. Fine, it's your choice, let's do that. But when they filled out their FAFSA, what did they say? Well, I'm married, and they click the box. But your tax returns don't say you're married. You said you were separated, so that's how we filed. What did they have to do? Amend the tax return or redo it. And now you changed everything about how you filed because you're not consistent in life. You got to be consistent with how you do it. If we're going to do it married, everything needs to say married. If you're not going to file together, you're not married. I can't take the class today. Just trust me on that, okay? Got to keep it consistent. Let's use the example. Everybody got their form? This is Coco, and she has one job. She's head of household, and she has a dependent. Can someone tell me what a head of household means? Oh. Well, I used to think, because I'm grown, I take out my trash, and I tell you, I pay these bills. I'm the head of this house. The person that makes a certain amount, that's good. I'm going to tell you what the government say. Don't listen to Candace, listen to the government. Head of household. Generally, you can claim head of household filing status on your tax return if you are unmarried. Men, I know y'all the head of your house. I get it. But to the government, you are unmarried. You pay more than 50% of the cost of keeping up a home for yourself and a qualifying individual. Ooh, this is good. I can't stay long, but it said I'm unmarried on the last day of the year. I ain't got time today. I pay more than 50% of the household bills. A qualifying person lived with you for more than half of the year. A child in college still counts as a dependent. This is important. If your child don't get grown on you and go file on TurboTax on their own as an independent person. Okay. Dependent parent does not have to live with you. So if they're in a facility, but you still help to care for them and give them money, take care of them, all the things, they can still be carried as a dependent, a qualifying individual on your taxes. Paying child support does not count. Y'all quiet. That means you're learning something. You're like, ooh, I didn't know that. That's okay. I need us to be factual because this is what the IRS said, not what Candace said. Okay? Now, there's a lot of things that I can go into in this. I'm just going to let you keep your questions, write them down, because somebody was like, oh, I can carry my kid that's in college. Yes, you likely should, especially because they get that school form if they, pay for school and all the things, and that's a credit for that. So we want to make sure we're carrying them to get the credit for them going to school if that's the case, if they're not working full-time somewhere. And sometimes full-time, if it ain't a lot, there's a threshold we use in our office to where you can still carry them because it's not hurting them any. Okay? The kid just has to make sure they file that tax return as a dependent, not as an independent individual. There's a question on the form when you file your taxes that says, can someone else claim you as a dependent on their taxes? That student should say yes. And it makes it to where they can still file their own return as a dependent and you can still file them. Did y'all just learn something? Listen, we got the best tax company in the world up here, okay? Performance Tax Group and Financial Services is amazing. If you don't know them, you should just look them up, 5-star Google review. Sorry, shameless plug. All right, here we go. Step 2. Y'all ready? This is where most people mess it up. Most people mess it up. Step 2 says, if you only do one, right? No problem. Let me just tell you what it says instead of reading this real quick, because there's a lot of words up there. The form says if you're married, file a joint, and your spouse works. Now, in this case, she doesn't, but I need you, if you're married and your spouse works, consider this. If they work, you need to check that box right there. Because the box says that I'm not going to withhold at the higher rate because your spouse works. We need to account for each one of those spouses in the household. If we don't check the box, it's likely you're going to owe taxes because you're not accounting for them. And then that means your form is wrong and the other person's form is wrong. Now we wrong together and we owe a lot of taxes and don't know why. Another thing, if you work 2 jobs, you could be single and work 2 jobs, you need to check the box. Here we go. If you're retired and you have a pension, but you got other income like Social Security, you should check the box. We discussed earlier a job with a pension and Social Security, all the things, that's like a second job. So because it's additional income that's taxable, check the box on the job money, okay? This is a lot. I get it. Everybody's different, so I got to kind of cover every component, but just walk with me. Y'all ready? Okay? Y'all okay? Y'all done ate too? Your eyes glazed over? Golly. Head of household, she has one job, one dependent, 7 years old. This is the next section, section 3. Who checked the box? Raise your hand. Good, good. Perfect, perfect. Ooh. Check the box if you have a business and a job. Check the box. Oh, you looked at me funny. I have a job, I work full time, but I got my side hustle and I got a business I found at. Are you paying taxes on that business? Most times, people are not. If you're paying estimates, wonderful. That's great. It means you're doing tax planning. If you're not, check the box. Why? Because it'll help you account for the business money that you're not paying taxes on, so you won't be owing every year. I'm going to keep going. Step 3. Can we move to 3? All right. If your income is less than $200,000 or $400,000 married, so just think of yourself in this moment. If I make less than $200,000, I'm going to multiply the number of qualifying children, if you got kids, under the age of 17. This is a big deal because most people don't know that when you turn 18, they say, oh, you aged out, you 18. No, you age out at 17. Yes. When your child turns 17, they are no longer getting the child tax credit. That's why it says under the age. Can everybody say under the age? Under the age of 17 means you get the child tax credit at $2,000 per child. If they are 17, should you put $2,000? Y'all are still unsure. If the child is 17, should you put $2,000? No. Under. So that means 16 and under. Most people, this is one of those moments when you update the form because your life changed. That kid aged out. And most times when people aren't aware of what to do, when the kid aged out, they still had it on there, and now you owe taxes. You're like, what you mean I didn't get the credit? Because the child turned 17 that year. You no longer get the credit. Y'all learning something today. That's good. Okay. Did somebody have a number? We got a question. Yes. 1 second.
So should we just wait until the child turns 17, like on their birthday, update that before? Is it okay to do it that way?
Yes. She said, should we change it when the child turns 17, then update the form? Absolutely. Yes. Because what happens if you don't, when that tax season rolls around, they're not going to get the credit and you're going to owe. It's likely, unless you're overpaying in extreme ways, and it's likely that you're not overpaying that much. If they are if they are 17 and over, right, they're going to be a qualifying dependent, which means the other dependents, which is 500. If you have a parent, right, that you care for, that's the 500, not the 2,000. Some people are counting dependents the same. They're not the same. They're not all created equal. Are we together? We got numbers? We okay? Does everyone have something? Then you'll pull it over to the side. Now, how many kids you got? 2, 1, 3, none, 4. Good. All right. Listen to me. If you know that just because I had a conversation today and said you should break even, you know you don't like to break even. When you put these numbers up there and you pay the right amount of taxes, you're not going to get a big refund because you're going to get all of your money right now. Now, I'm going to encourage you to get your money right now, but you know you. I be trying to be real with y'all, right? Y'all laugh at me, but I'm serious. You know if you're not going to want to do this and you want that refund money. And don't get mad at your tax professional because, well, my number's low. You got your money during the year. You didn't pay any tax. That's great. Congratulations. And they look at me like I'm crazy. When I say, okay, let me help you fix your W-4 to be wrong so that you can get your money later. But you got bills right now. You got lost opportunity costs if you don't have your money right now. We're going to talk about that again because Mr. Thomas showed you, and then I'm going to show you the numbers even more. All right, let's keep rolling because y'all got this. Y'all got it? Yes. Step 4, if you got extra money from a business or We talked earlier, you got the option to do Social Security or the pension. If you need to do extra withholding there, you can, because that's additional with retirement income. Fine. I'm not going to go deep into that. Let's talk about what this looks like, though. Somebody tell me what itemized deductions are? Boy, this is real good. I can't go too deep into tax, but go ahead.
Itemized deductions are when you have receipts and you can prove each and every deduction and you don't break the standard.
That's right. That has to be over the standard in order to do that. So if I have my receipts for my charity, my mortgage interest, some sales tax is a thing. They give you a certain number, but if you keep your receipts all year, you can actually take the sales tax that you paid. It's kind of tedious, but you can. All right. If all of that is over the standard, I could take the standard, but I better have proof, right? Okay. If that is the case, it has to be over these limits. If you're single, the limit is $14,600. If you're head of household, that limit is $29,200, and head of household is $21,900. So if you're itemizing, your numbers have to be over that in order for you to get that deduction. No problem, no biggie, we're just going to keep moving. Not a big deal, but what am I telling you? Keep everything, because you live in Arkansas, and you can itemize on Arkansas and not for federal. So if your tax professional ever tells you, oh, you don't need that, it's not true. You need it, because it could help you on the state, even if it doesn't help you on federal. Federal numbers are really high, but state numbers are not. We together? All right. Boy, y'all sleeping on me. Let's keep going, because I got to get to the real good stuff. Let's say Coco gave interest, home interest, she paid $5,000. Charity, she paid $6,000. Co-pays and prescriptions, $1,500. The total is $12,950. Can she itemize? No. Good. That means y'all paying attention. The answer is no, because she's not over the standard, which happens to be that $21,900. Okay? But she itemized on the state, so she still gave the info so that she can get some state help. Got it? All right. Give your tax professional everything, even if you don't know. Just give it to them. All right, here we go. Recap. Step 2, box should be checked. It's the biggest mistake people make. Married, filing joint. If you have a form, it's either going to be a shared form, or the person with the highest income carries the number and the other person carries nothing. If you have 4 children and you want to make sure we maximize, my form is going to have 2,000, 4,000, 4,000, and my spouse's form is going to have 4,000, because we split those 2 children each. Make sense? If I have 1 kid, only 1 person can carry the kid, because if I put 2,000 up there and my spouse puts 2,000 up there, guess what? That's 2 kids, not 1. That's what we talked about earlier. You following me? Make sure we fix it. Okay, we together? We got zeros everywhere else, and the form is completed. That's it. Yeah. One second. She's going to repeat.
Going back to the question where you were talking about if you had a business or a side gig, and it was talking about the deductions. Last year when I went to my tax person, they had me to give, I kept a file of all of my receipts and gave it to him. But I noticed on one of the lines it was talking about the deductions. Does that include your what is your W-9 for?
I got you.
With that?
The W-9 form tells the person who paid you where to send the money. They don't pay taxes on you. Okay? No taxes are coming out. If you have a W-9, that means you're doing some kind of side business activity or contract work. Okay? That W-9, they're just getting info to know where to send the money to, because they're taking it off of them and putting it on you. So let's say they paid you $10,000 for the year. They're going to take that W-9 and say, okay, she lives here, and there's the EIN number or social, whatever's there. We're sending the money to you. That's it. They get the deduction on their side. Now, on your side, you get to now pay taxes on that $10,000. You get deductions, which is, I like to call them anyway bills. Can't go deep into it, but tonight, cell phone, internet, if I pay rent, things like that. Those can be deducted. That's correct. That is how you file your taxes. Okay. Yeah, good job. Now, you should understand that process, and if you, don't worry about it, I got some in a minute. Let me keep going. All right, that's the end of this part. Y'all got it? One more form. Everybody got their form right? If you got questions about the form, ask me at the end. The state form is a separate form. Again, has to be answered based on your situation. Here we go. She's head of household, so I checked the box and put 2. It says head of household, you claim yourself, enter 2. It also says in B, it says claim yourself and a spouse. That means you and a spouse. And then it says claim yourself. So if you're single, you'll just put 1. It tells you what to put based on your situation. Secondary says the number of children. Place the children that you file on your taxes. If you let your mama carry a kid, you can't carry that kid on here. You're messed up. You're laughing at me. I'm for real. That's why you're laughing, because you know it's real. This, and number 3, you said total exemptions, you put a number, whatever it adds up to be. We got it? Y'all sugar low? You need a cookie? There's some cookies over there. Y'all get you a cookie. Uh-huh. This is good. You ready? Yes, B. Yes, ma'am. You and your spouse. Now, you're going to share a form. Now, if your number is 3 and you are married and filed together, what are you going to do? One of you are going to put 1, the other is going to put 2, or the person that makes the most money is going to put 3 and the other person is going to put 0. You decide how you do it, but you split the form. If you both put 3, that's 6, that's too many, you're going to owe. It's pretty simple. It's simple when I put it like that, right? 501-613-7423. Performance Tax Group. Look us up. We're great. Shameless plug. I should smile when I say it. No, I'm just kidding. All right. But no, Google us for real. It'll be good process. It is a lot. It feels like a lot, and it's a whole lot. You're pregnant. You got a baby on the way. You got a lot of things to consider. I get it. So if you need some help, you don't even have to call my office. We'll come in here. We'll help you. Okay? No worries. But you can call my office if you want to call the office. Right. Okay, one more thing. I qualify for low income tax rates, number 5. I need you to click no, because I just need you to pay the right amount of tax, and if the right amount is low, fine. But just click no, because they're going to put you in a certain category to where they're not going to take taxes out your check for real. Don't do that. Okay? And then whatever your status is, hers is head of household, you put yours down, married, single, however it is. Everybody got their form? Business owners, speed, real quick, because I got 2 more things to share. Lost opportunity costs and business owners. How many business owners or side gigs we got? All right. That's good. That's about half. That's good. If you don't have one, a home-based business is the only way to lower your taxes. A home-based business, just in case, you know. We got half the class with a business, side hustle, side gig, any other things, right? Same things. Qualify for the same stuff. A home-based business is the only way to lower your taxes.
And do you need an LLC?
Do you need an LLC? It is a good idea to have an LLC. Do you have to have one to run a small business? No. 2 answers on that. Is it smart? Sure, yes. Do you have to? Is it the law? No. I got to give you 2 answers on that. Ready? Home-based business is the number 1 way to save money on taxes, whether you like it or not. I love you. Home-based businesses or businesses, side businesses, all of them are included in the same category because they qualify for the same tax. Whether you are at McDonald's on the corner or you are a home business in your house, they get the same tax deductions. You don't have a W-4, but you have a W-9, and you need a plan, even if you don't have the form. You got a plan, though, okay? So those of you who are in business, your tax return should match your goals, period. You have a goal to buy a house. You got a goal to get a big loan or a loan of any kind or grow your business. Your tax return has to match your goals. I'm going to give you an example. Meet Kaden. Kaden has a restaurant business. She's wonderful. She's great. They have great recipes. And she wants to, expand and really grow her family and buy a house. This is Kaden's situation. She cooked food. It's great. But She made $100,000, actually $120,000 in income. She took $100,000. She spent $100,000 of it. Boom. How much money she made? Boy, you got it real fast. Net income is $20,000. Can she buy a house? I mean, you can buy one, but I don't know what it's gonna look like. Right? The objective of me telling you this, business owners, is that if this is your only way of making money, this tax return, and this is very general, just simplified, right? To keep it simple, has to match your goal of whatever it is that you plan to do. So if I'm planning on doing this major thing like buying a house, I need to pay estimated taxes. I need to get ready. I got to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do right now so when I file taxes, I can get what I want to get, whatever that looks like. The bank ain't giving you no money. They going to say, we can give you a little bit, but not a whole lot. Anybody been through this before? One of the last classes, they was like, yeah, Candace, they wouldn't give us the loan, although we made $300,000, because we took all of the deductions, we couldn't buy anything. You have to be smart about it. You can't make all the money and not pay tax and get a house. Arvest Bank, can we confirm that? Okay, we shaking our heads, yes. So you got anything you want to say?
That is correct.
That's correct. Okay. Can we just real quick? Can we talk about why it's correct? Like, how do banks see you whenever the numbers aren't X great? You want to talk about it, Mike? Either one.
Yeah, so we look at your cash flow, and so one of the calculations that we do is called debt service coverage.
They can't hear you. Okay, one more time.
I think Jordan's going to turn me up.
Jordan going to turn you up? Yeah. She said push it up.
So we look at this ratio called a debt service coverage ratio. So we add up all of your income, and then we also add up all of your debts and see how much your income would cover your debts. And so if you skimp on your taxes, you might save taxes, and you bring a little bit of money to the bottom line, that net income number. If that's small, that's the number that we're going to use to calculate that debt service coverage ratio, because that's the net income. That's what you bring home according to your tax return. So we encourage business owners to, pay Uncle Sam so you look good to the bank when you come to the bank and want to borrow money.
That's good. Thank you. See, I didn't say it, the bank said it. Good stuff. So tips for business owners: review your income and expenses monthly. Very, very important. Tax planning quarterly, and pay estimated taxes. I'm going to stop there, and we're going to keep going. I am also going to say, if you don't keep good books, you should hire a bookkeeper. Because if you don't like that kind of stuff, it costs you a lot of money on the back end. Okay? Business owners, you have LLCs? LLCs, just so I can know if I even need to have this conversation. All right. If you have an LLC, there's this thing called beneficial ownership filings. That filing has to be done by December 31st. If you are a nonprofit, a sole proprietor, or a publicly traded company, you're not required to file. But everybody else is, which means you're a partnership, an LLC, S or C Corp. From this, FinCEN.gov is where you file it, and you say, why? Well, they want to know who owns these companies for money laundering purposes. So because they want to know, if you don't file it, they're going to charge you penalties. Let me give you a date first and then tell you what the penalties are later. Companies that were open before January 2024, your deadline is December 31st of this year. If you opened your business this year, your deadline is 90 days. All right. Anybody opened a business this year? All right, good. Well, we don't have to worry about it. There are major penalties for this. Actually, there we go. Up to $10,000 and jail time. $500 a day, up to $10,000, and 2 years in jail if you don't do it. Yeah, it's a real big deal. So we should really do it. And if you have an LLC and you're not sure, go to FinCEN.gov. Told you where to go, and it's free to do. Go do it. Okay? I'm going to keep moving. Lost opportunity costs. Deacon Thomas just mentioned it. How about we show you some numbers? Y'all ready? How much money is Uncle Sam holding from you? You get a refund. Let's call that refund $6,000. That means he's holding about $500 a month. Yes? All right, cool. Let's say it's $300 a month, which is $3,600 that you received in a refund. Or I want you to think about it like this. Let's say it's not a refund. Let's just say you're eating out and you're missing out on the opportunity to save this $300 a month and invest it. You have no earning potential if we eat away our wealth. We have no earning potential if we're allowing the government to hold our money. Well, guess what happens? That means this 10% that Deacon Thomas talked about over the next 30 years is lost because we don't have the opportunity to grow it. Well, let's look at what it looks like not to do it. $300 a month, in 5 years is $27,000. In 10 years is $68,000. 18 and 30. 30 years, $727,000. So let's say you go your whole life and we eat away our wealth and we don't get tax plans and don't do any of the stuff we talk about. It's $727,000 in 30 years. Like, if you think about it, like, dang, I've been, kind of maybe messing up. It's like, it's all right. Let me get back on track now. But we can't keep doing the same thing, right? We can't stay the same. We got it. But let's just add a little extra. Because some of y'all got some extra money. Y'all kicking it. $500 a month. You wonder if you're going to have $1 million in your portfolio, but let's talk about our habits. 10 years, how much we at? 109. Say it out loud. 109,000, right? 18 years. 315,000. It's just at 10%. This is an average 10. We didn't do no better. And, when we show you some stuff, it's going to be, we got better numbers than this. But let's just say it. All right, what happens in 30 years? $1.2 million because we didn't do the things that we talked about tonight. I'm going to need us to make sure we get it. But this is just to show you numbers to make sure we got it. And that now when I look at my food bill, it ain't funny. I'm not picking on you, I promise. I need us to become conscious. Because our consciousness is off because we had never been told. Now you've been told. Let's just become conscious. The lost opportunity is that, do y'all get it? That we can't, if we don't have the money because we're doing whatever it is with it, we can't invest it to make more money on the money. Simple. Questions before we go to assignments? Ooh, that was a lot. It was a lot. Y'all can breathe. Y'all breathing? LLC, FinCEN, FINCEN.gov. FinCEN.gov. FINCEN.gov.
Candace, could you go back to that chart you just left?
Yes. Oh, wrong way. Sorry.
Yeah. So, if a person...
It's working. They just know how to turn you up.
If a person is behind on retirement and they got 10 years to retire or 18 years to retire, and that $500, you put $300 from food, you put $200 there in their income tax that should be coming to them. So money they already got.
Right.
So they can take that $500 in 18 years and create $315,000.
Man.
Without having to get any extra money from anywhere.
That's right.
Just taking the money they already have. Is that what you're showing us?
That's exactly what we're showing.
If a person's got a kid that's 2 or 3 years old, they can take $500 a month from money they're already spending. In 18 years, have $315,000 for their college.
Correct.
Are you guys getting this? See, the lost opportunity cost of you not controlling your money and not being radically mad because you don't know this stuff. So you can't do what you don't know.
That's right.
Would you agree?
Yeah.
After learning this, the lack of knowledge costs you a lot of money. But since you're in this class, and why can't this cover the taxes? She covered all the stuff you can save money in because all this stuff deals with what goes out of your house every month. It's your cash flow. See, you've got to have positive cash flow to build wealth. And the reason we need those forms filled out intently, because we're going to take that extra money and we're going to show you how to get rid of all your debt. With the money you already got coming in. I don't want you to miss this part. This is so important because if you're letting Uncle Sam save your money for you, that means that you don't believe you can save it for yourself. Uncle Sam does not pay interest on your money. So if Uncle Sam's holding your money for 12 to 14 months and you're getting it back in February, April, whatever, you lost interest earnings for that 12 to 14 month period. That making sense? So we're saying you're smart enough to have the extra $300 to $500 a month that you're going to get back anyway, that you can use right now to add velocity to your money. Velocity means that you can take that money and get rid of a whole lot of stuff. The debt, save. And guess what? You can save that money and come right back and take some money out and go on vacation. Do whatever you want to do. You can do it yourself if you have a strategy.
That's right.
See, this class is about, number one, where's the money going? Okay? Number two, let's clean it up and make it productive so I can hire that money. Then once I hire that money, what am I going to make that money do? That's all it is, real simple. Let's find the money, let's repurpose the money, and let's control our lives financially. Sorry for interrupting, Kim.
No, that was great. You keep that going, okay? Yes, sir.
The money.
What? I'm sorry. Wasn't that good? Yeah, that's good.
Should you put in a CD, a regular account, or whatever?
Keep coming to class. Keep coming to class. I say that because if I go too deep, we're going to get all the way into the, I'm going to go deep. Man, we can't go there today. We got. I'm trying to get you out on time, 8 minutes. But keep coming because in our classes, we're doing the intro in that last class of that Saturday. Y'all know the last class is on Saturday, right? That's that morning session. Make sure you're fresh and good to go because we're going to do that intro to say what's best and what really not even best. It depends on your situation. And that's why I say that because I can't just answer directly. It's a whole lot to go with it. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
so the last class you said it was our responsibility to tell how much taxes are being taken out of our check.
That's correct.
How do we know how much taxes to take out of our check?
Good.
Or how do we figure that out?
When you-
And my follow-up question is, what's the soonest we can let our job know to
Good. So
to
your
adjust
form today can be turned in tomorrow. And you can change it at any time. You know how normally open enrollment season, you can only change your enrollment benefits at that time? Your W-4 not like that. You can do it every week if you wanted to, right? But change it as often as needed. Every time something changes. So today it's wrong, go change it tomorrow. Okay, it's first answer. How do you know if you're doing your taxes the proper way? I'm gonna give you two answers. You could, number one, on that form, there's what's called a W-4 calculator on the IRS site. It's at the top in step 2. It tells you do one of the following. You see that? And it gives you a W-4 site for a W-4 calculator. Take your last paycheck stub and do the calculator on the IRS site. You can do that. Or you can set up a tax planning session. I'm going to shameless plug myself again. Actually, it's just my company, and they're great, right? We're great. You could do a tax planning session, and I think it's like $40, something like that, just to go in and see how you're doing. It's a video review. It's pretty simple. You can get that. And with your last paycheck stub, you get a whole financial tax planning session. Simple. I gave you two options.
Answer that. Now, I don't have a job. I don't have an employer.
Right. You got business.
I'm retired.
Mm-hmm.
The last time I did a W-4 was in 2017, the year before I retired.
Okay.
So, who am I get the thing to?
If you have a W-4P, that form goes to whoever gives you your retirement check. If it's Social Security, you have auto voluntary withholdings. But if you're not required to pay tax, you're okay, right? You don't have to worry about it. If you have a business and you're running that business and you're filing that business on your taxes, you should be knowing your income, expenses, and paying estimated taxes to the government. That has nothing to do with that form. All right? Yes.
I have two questions.
Sure.
Okay. So my last child just turned 18, so I didn't.
Perfect timing.
Yeah. So, but my oldest is 24. She has a degree, but she's going back for additional education.
Okay.
They're all still staying with me.
They're dependents.
Okay,
Yes.
so there's no age limit.
There is no age limit on your dependent, but just make sure you're not claiming $2,000 for them.
Right.
I would
500.
actually, yes, it's the
Okay.
500.
Mhm.
And if you have side business stuff going on, I just leave them off and let it be extra. And that's your tax plan, and it comes into play.
Okay. And then the other question is about that. I don't have a side business, but the organization I work for, I'm currently getting paid. I work for a nonprofit. I'm currently getting paid out of the C3 part of the nonprofit and out of the C4 because we're in the political
Keep going.
time of the year. So it looks like I'm getting paid from two companies.
Are
but it's the same amount. It's just being split between.
Are they 1099ing you, or are they W-2ing you?
I have no idea.
You should ask.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Let me know next week.
All right.
Yes, ma'am. That'd be great.
1099 or W2?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you.
Good questions. Other questions? I got a hand? No? Okay, you was moving. I'm sorry. Hands? Questions? Tonight was a lot, but don't let it overwhelm you. If you have questions, you know how y'all sent them messages last week? We have a team, and they send them, and if it's a question, they make sure we get them and we respond to you. We're real good about that. Reach out. Don't be shy. We got you. Other questions? We're okay? Does everyone have a form? Do you feel confident about what you're doing next with your taxes? Yes. W-4 form. Yes. Perfect. Now let's talk about what your success steps are. Success steps are your next steps for your success, right? You did it last week. Let's do some more stuff this week. It's actually 2 assignments. Only 2. Not bad, right? I told y'all last week was the heavy week, just so you can get set. Cite calculator, no S, calculator.net. Calculator.net. I'm going to give you the flow and how to do it. Go to that site, in the search bar, type debt, and it pops up. It gives you 4 options. Then you click debt payoff calculator. The data that you have in your What I Spend worksheet will be used to input into this system. This system will give you a debt payoff amount, tells you when you'll be debt free, how much debt you have, and then it's going to also ask you one question that's really important. It says, how much extra are you going to apply to your debt? Now, our goal is for everyone to be able to at least apply $100 a month to your debt. That's the initial goal. If you got more, great. If not, no problem. We're going to work toward it. Put whatever number in there that you can. That's the reason we keep talking about cash flow. Because if you cut those 2 subscriptions or 3 subscriptions or whatever it is, you got the extra 100 to then go into your debt plan. Y'all see why we keep talking about it? It kind of makes sense now. We're talking about finding the money in that highlighted audit of that bank account, because if we can cut a couple of things, now we can use the same money. We didn't say get a raise. We say use the same money we're already making to apply to the debt that's already there and see how drastic it can be. But those are your habits that you see in that book, on that audit, in that phone with how much money you spent. Those are habits. We have to shift the habits. The habits shift with your mindset. So if you shift your mindset and how you see your money and how you see your life with that $1 million up there, then we can start to do something different. Anybody want $1 million when they, really before I retire, but when I retire, I need at least that meal, right? At least. Let's work on that. We can. Man, Deacon Thomas showed some stuff, so we do a money class on Sunday nights. We'll introduce y'all later. But that class, he showed how money can double in your life if you have a strategy, y'all. It was life-changing. I was like, so you're telling me that my little money right here can be like double in 5 years? I can have a plan like that? That's a big deal. But if we don't get it here first, it's hard to go to the next place if we ain't got it here. Does that make sense? So sometimes I laugh. Actually, I laugh a lot. I think that's important about life. Finance is not always fun, but we got to have fun with it, and it takes the anxiety out of it because we can laugh about it. We messed up. Okay, don't beat yourself up. Let's do better tomorrow. You spent a lot of money last week. Track this week, and let's do better, right? Find the money. Is that okay? Can we find the money? Can everybody say find the money? Find the money. How's the family? All right, then you got another thing, the white binder, page 6 through 10. You see how we're breaking it down? It's not that bad when you break it down into little pieces. Pages 6 through 10 in your white binder. What page? 6 through 10. Got it. If you don't have some of the stuff on the list, it's okay. Just leave it blank. Just put I don't have it or NA. It's okay. Insurance policies are there. Is that in that page, 6 through 10? Good. Pull the declaration page of your insurance policies, and if you really have the policy, just bring it. The declaration page gives the summary of your policy, how much it is, and the amount that you're paying, and the terms normally of your actual policy. If you have the full policy, great, put it in that binder. If you don't, just pull the deck page and start putting it in there. The worst thing that could happen is for you to have all your stuff everywhere and nobody can find it if something happens to you. Trust me. Been there, done that. We were going through old receipts. My granny, she kept everything. We were going through old receipts and we didn't know what policies was in and out. We just calling companies trying to figure it out. Let's work on that. We don't have to do that to each other. It's selfish if you don't, because you know you ain't got to deal with it. All right, we okay? All right, Deacon Thomas? All right, we're going to do a volunteer to pray us out, and I think we're good to go. This is time.
Hey, Candace, can we do one thing first?
Yes.
So next week, we're going to talk about your credit report. We are going to walk down line item by line item of your credit report. So I need you to do me a favor. If you will, go to annualcreditreport.com, annualcreditreport.com, and pull a copy of your credit report for next week.
Good.
And we're going to give you the secret to improving your credit score. And we're going to tell you exactly what the formula is. And so it'll be really interesting next week. So annualcreditreport.com.
That's really good. I apologize. I forgot we switched it up. All right, perfect. Y'all got that? So that'll be number 3 on your list. And when we send the email, we'll make sure to incorporate that into your list. So what was number 1? Calculator.net. Do your debt plan. Number 2? White binder 6 through 10. Perfect. And number 3? Annualcreditreport.com. It's not going to give you a score. You're going to get a report. That's very important for you to know. That report, he's going to teach you all how to walk through it to know what's there and how to do that. It's going to be wonderful. I'm a little over. I apologize for that. Thank you all so much. .gov. Is it .gov? .gov. Annualcreditreport.gov. I thought it was .com. I thought it was .com, but we're going to email you. We got you. We'll work on it. Make sure we got it right. I think it's .com. Okay. We'll make sure to send it. Any volunteers you want to pray? Yes, please. Can we get her a mic? Thank you. We got to go, y'all.
Father God, we thank you for everything that we have learned tonight, Lord God. And in your word, you want us to be a good steward over our money, Father God. And let's not just take this class, but let us apply it and do what we need to do, Lord God, so we can be better stewards and come out on top, so we will have money to leave our children and our children's children. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. All right, y'all have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bye.